going to be canning some apples and just simple syrups. All I'm going to do. I'm not going to make apple pie filling because I'm not sure that I want to use them all for pie. So we don't eat that much apple pie. But I went to the grocery store. They had 4-pound bags of apples for 99 cents. So they had 3 bags. I bought all 3 bags. They're Granny Smith, Golden Delicious. There's even a Gala thrown in here. I don't have an apple peeler, so I'm gonna use the knife and just the apple core. And once I get them all cut up, then we'll come back and we're gonna follow the instructions in the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. Now, I don't own this book. I went to the library and picked that up to kind of peruse it and see if there was anything in there that I wanted to write the recipe down for instead of going out and buying it. Because I do have the small Ball Blue books. But that's what we're going to do today. I've got some bananas on dehydrating right now. They had them on sale too. So that is what we're doing. We'll come back when we get these all cut up. I am going to put these in a bowl of water that has 1/4 of a cup lemon juice to 4 cups of water, and that's supposed to help keep them from going brown. We'll see. I don't have any of the citric acid stuff or whatever that stuff is they call. What is it? Oh, it is citric acid. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice to 4 cups of water, and then we'll put the slices in there to keep them from going brown, hopefully. We'll see. We'll bring you back when we're all ready. Okay, we're back. I finally got all of the apples peeled and cored and sliced. Whoops. I was going to show you here. I ended up with 3 bowls this size. So each one held about 4 pounds of apples. The lemon juice, the 1/4 of a cup lemon juice to 4 cups of water did work on keeping them from turning brown. So that's a plus. That worked out really well. I'm going to cook them according to the Ball Blue book. It's not the blue book. It's the Ball. Hold on, I better check. The Complete Book of Home Preserving. This one is the one that I'm following. There's a different recipe in the Ball Blue book. I'm following their syrup recipe for an extra light syrup. And it says that we need to boil these apples in the extra light syrup or whatever syrup you choose. And you're going to boil over medium-high heat, reduce heat to medium-low, and boil gently for 5 minutes until the apples are heated through. It says to use 1 batch of hot syrup to 10 or 12 pounds of apples. I had 12 pounds of apples. I'm really not sure, though, that I think this looks like enough syrup for all that, but we're going to see. 5.5 cups water. So there's 4. And here's 1.5 cups. So there's our 5.5 cups. To 1.5 cups sugar, and I'm just using white granulated sugar. And let's get a spoon and turn our heat on here. I'm going to stir this up and let it dissolve a bit first before I throw the apples in. Like I said, I'm not really sure that, I don't know. These apples were weighed, and there's 12 pounds of these apples. I know that when you put stuff in water, the water comes up. I'm just not sure I'm buying it yet. One thing, though, I just realized that I did not rinse. I didn't drain the apples. So, actually, I'm going to turn you off. I'm going to let this heat up a little bit and melt that sugar and drain these off really quick. You probably don't want to wait on me to do that. So, give me just a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, my battery died. And I don't have another battery. So, I had to go get the cord and plug it in and hopefully it will keep it running. So, I can just show you this. I did do the 1 batch of syrup. You can't see in here, and I can bring it over just really quick here. You can't see the syrup. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. But if you stir it, the apples must be cooking down, I'm assuming. So the syrup, I think, will be fine. But we're going to bring this syrup to a boil over medium-high heat, which I have on now. I had it on high. Anyway, I did the extra light syrup. They are cooking down. Once it comes to a boil, then you're going to turn it down to medium and boil it for 5 minutes. I have already sterilized my jars. I had to move them off the stove because I do only have the one big burner. So I had to move them out of the way. I'm dehydrating today, rendering some lard. I've got too much going on all at once. And once this is heated, then I'll move it over here. I'll be able to put my jars back on the stove. And then we'll be able to can them up. So I'm not going to make you watch this come to a boil. We're going to let this come to a boil, turn it down to medium, boil for 5 minutes. We'll come back when that's done, and we'll put them in a jar. And I am doing quarts. I didn't do the pints. I thought I'd go ahead and go with quarts. I about had a heart attack because I only have one package of lids left. Just one. Yeah, this is it. So, yeah, I panicked. Definitely got to go to the store for those. But we'll come back when we're done. We'll see how this turns out. All right, I think I have everything. I've got it all together, I hope. I've got my jars over here. They've been sterilized. They're hot. I am using my pressure canner to hot bath can these in. Just remember to remove the ring, the gasket. Let me grab it. Remember to remove this. Take that out so you can use it as a hot water bath canner. If you don't, you're going to have pressure. And you don't want pressure. So it says to use a slotted spoon. Hot. Let me see if I can. Let's see. My battery's still dead, so maybe up a little bit there. So you can see. We're going to fill this up to within a generous 1/2 inch headspace. I kind of giggled at that. Generous. I'm thinking maybe leave it a little bit lower than 1/2 inch. If we're going to go generous. So we're going to get that in there. Within a 1/2 inch. I don't know how many quarts 12 pounds will make. I think they say 2.5 to 3 quarts per, let's see, 2.5 to 3 pounds of apples for each quart. So I was figuring, whoops, yeah, watch me throw that around. I was figuring probably maybe 4. Depends on, I guess, how much they shrunk. So we're allowed, like I said, up to a 1/2 inch head space. So let's see here. I think we're going to stop right there is what we're going to do. And I'm not ready. Imagine that. We have to have a ladle. Always forget something. So then we're supposed to put the syrup over the top of the apples. Now I'm going to go ahead and debubble. I'll do it probably again, but see how much are water. Ooh, those are hot too. Now once we get these filled, we're going to process these in a hot water bath canner for 20 minutes. And that does not matter if it's pints or quarts. It's still 20 minutes. I am actually leaving probably almost a 1 inch head space. Like I said, it said, so I may have a lot. My apples will probably come up and then leave that, gap at the bottom like they do. Hope I didn't over cook my apples. Let's hope not. Looks like I'm poking up here though. We might need just a bit more juice in there. We're not quite to a 1/2 inch. That way we're covered. Okay, let me grab another jar. Like I said, I figured maybe 4 quarts. So I'm not going to have quite a whole canner full. There we go. Move that over. Let's grab a paper towel. Now my arm's right in the way. Now I am going ahead and I am using a little bit of vinegar to wipe this since that syrup's sticky. I've already washed my lids and sterilized those, because when you hot water bath can, you're supposed to sterilize them. So we're going to go ahead, put that on. Finger tight, that's kind of hot to do. We're going to go ahead and start with the next one. I'll go ahead and fill one more for you here. These are all different kinds of apples. I had Granny Smith, and as you can tell, the Granny Smiths held up really well to the cooking. These, I don't know if you can see them. Let me get it over here. You can't really, but they're more of a, they almost remind me of a pear. Those are Golden Delicious. They did not hold up as well, as you can see, to the cooking. The galas that I had weren't too bad. So you might remember that if you're buying it. Like I said, these were on sale. 99 cents for 4 pounds, a little over 4-pound bags each. But if you are gonna, you know, if you want them a little firmer and you're kind of worried about that, you might remember that the Golden Delicious do not hold up as well. Or just make sure you don't cook them as long. If you're doing nothing but the Golden Delicious, just don't cook them as long, because you're just supposed to be heating them through. Okay, I think we could go ahead and get those last two in there. And that syrup, that simple syrup I made, actually ended up finally covering all the apples. The apples, you know, shrunk down, and so, whoa. Alright, we'll debubble this one. Look how that really makes your liquid go down. We were up here and now we're way down here. You see it just releasing those. Okay. And a little bit more syrup. Half inch is what they say. Mine's a little over half inch, but that's okay. That's not going to hurt. This is my third jar. I might get 5 out of this. Maybe a little more, but definitely more than the 4, I think. So, oh, ow. Okay. Let's wipe the... Better do it now while it's hot instead of waiting for it to stick on there. That wouldn't be cool at all. Okay, so we're going to get that cleaned up. Like I said, we're going to process these in a hot bath canner for 20 minutes. Pints or quarts, doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and finish filling all these, and we will come back when I'm ready to bring this to a boil. Actually, I don't know if you want to see all that, because it takes forever for my burner to bring to a boil. Maybe we'll just bring you back and show you the finished product. Oh my, sorry about that. Okay, I'll be back. There they are, my beautiful apples. I ended up with 6 quarts out of, I had 12, a little over 12, probably 13 or 14 pounds of apples. I only ended up with like 4 or 5 apple slices left over. I did end up with a lot of syrup left though, almost a quart of syrup left over. And I didn't can it with this. I should have, but I didn't, so I'm going to find something else to do with it, but they did all seal. When I brought them out, they weren't raised up like that, but as they've cooled and sucked up to the top, now there's water at the bottom. But there they are. Absolutely beautiful. Friday night, I actually canned pork roast. They had pork roast on sale for 98 cents a pound, and I canned it. I did not get a video of it. I had done all the pork and everything, so I didn't do it. But there you go. Apples in a light syrup. I believe this is an extra light syrup. So, there you go. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.